The Lockheed U-2, nicknamed Dragon Lady, is an American single-jet engine, high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft operated by the United States Air Force and previously flown by the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. It provides day and night, high altitude, 70,000 feet, 21,300 meters, all-weather intelligence gathering. Lockheed Corporation originally proposed it in 1953, it was approved in 1954, and its first test flight was in 1955. It was flown during the Cold War over the Soviet Union, China, Vietnam, and Cuba. In 1960, Gary Powers was shot down in a CIA U-2C over the Soviet Union by a surface-to-air missile. Major Rudolf Anderson Jr was shot down in a U-2 during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. U-2s have taken part in post-Cold War conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, and supported several multinational NATO operations. The U-2 has also been used for electronic sensor research, satellite calibration, scientific research, and communications purposes. The U-2 is one of a handful of aircraft types to have served the USAF for over 50 years, along with the Boeing B-52, Boeing KC-135, and Lockhee. After World War II, the US military desired better strategic aerial reconnaissance to help determine Soviet capabilities and intentions, to prevent being caught off guard like before the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Air Force commissioned the Beacon Hill Report from Project Lincoln at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which was researched in 1951 to 1952 and delivered in 1952. The committee was led by Carl F. P. Overhage and was overseen by the Air Force's Gordon P. Saville, and included James Gilbert Baker and Edwin H. Land, who would design the specialized optics in the U-2. The U-2 has used jet propellant thermally stable since the aircraft's development in the 1950s. JPTS is a high thermal stability, high-altitude fuel, created specifically for the U-2. JPTS has a lower freeze point, higher viscosity, and higher thermal stability than standard USAF fuels. In 1999, USAF spent approximately $11.3 million on fuel for the U-2 aircraft and was looking for a lower-cost alternative. JPTS is a specialty fuel and as such has limited worldwide availability and costs over 3 times the unit volume price of USAF's primary jet fuel, JP-8. Research was carried out to find a cheaper and easier alternative involving additives to generally used jet fuels. A JP-8-based alternative, JP-8 plus 100 LT, was being considered in 2001. JP8 plus 100 has increased thermal stability by 100 degrees Fahrenheit over stock JP8, and is only 0.5 cents per gallon more expensive. Low temperature additives can be blended to this stock to achieve desired cold performance. When the first overflights of the Soviet Union were tracked by radar, the CIA initiated Project Rainbow to reduce the U-2's radar cross-section. The design that gives the U-2 its remarkable performance also makes it a difficult aircraft to fly. Martin Knutson said that it was the highest workload airplane I believe ever designed and built. You're wrestling with the airplane and operating the camera systems at all times, leaving no time to worry about whether you're over Russia or you're flying over Southern California. The U-2 was designed and manufactured for minimum airframe weight, which results in an aircraft with little margin for error. Most aircraft were single-seat versions, with only 5 two-seat trainer versions known to exist. Early U-2 variants were powered by Pratt & Whitney J57 turbojet engines. The U-2C and TR-1A variants used the more powerful Pratt & Whitney J75 turbojet. The U-2S and TU-2S variants incorporated the more powerful General Electric F-118 turbofan engine. Existing cameras had ground resolution down to 23 feet from an altitude of 33,000 feet, and were inadequate for the 70,000 feet altitude. Ground resolution of 9.8 feet was required, at a maximum payload weight of 440 pounds. The U-2's camera was specially designed by James G. Baker of Harvard and Richard Scott Perkin of the Perkin-Elmer Company, initially in collaboration and later separately. The U-2 remains in frontline service more than 60 years after its first flight, with the current U-2 beginning service in 1980. This is due primarily to its ability to change surveillance objectives on short notice, something that surveillance satellites cannot do. Hope you guys loved the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to all, so you can get the notification on each upload.